GSL codex. In the upper right, we have our Protoss player, probably the best PvPer in the world. But can he win on this map? Antigua Shipyard. His ID is
Putty.
And in the bottom left, playing a very nice pressure while expand game, but was foiled by just 2 zealots attacking his 4th. His ID is
TSA Port.
Oh my god.
What?
Something just hit me.
What?
This is only for you and really old school StarCraft I fans.
Yeah.
You know what Polt and Marine King look like when they play TVP?
No, I don't know.
Iris playing TVZ in StarCraft 1.
Oh wow!
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. Actually, that's
Dark
very true.
Storm would come up and he'd run through it.
Yeah.
Storm comes up and these guys run through
Berserker,
it.
man. The Berserker. Terror.
That's it. Yeah, that was
I cast a lot of his games.
He switched one of the sickest IDs ever, Iris. Imagine you're one of the most deadly players in the world and you name yourself after a flower. Okay, that's sick. That's badass. And then he switched to Berserker and I was like, never calling you that. Don't care.
Yeah. No, I preferred the ID Iris as well.
But he gets to choose. No. Iris
No
is way
woodland
cooler.
creature who just talked during our cast. No.
Listen, animated squirrel. I'm not calling him Berserker. Anyways. I'm really excited to see these two play on this map, Tasteless.
Interesting results here, right? These guys having that much success on this map.
Oh, wow.
Especially not Polt.
I wonder what matchups those are in, though.
Yeah,
It's hard to say. Meh. Stats are interesting sometimes, but that's all.
Well, we know that this statistic seems to indicate the partying is...
That's actually a meaningful one, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's only 6 times he's won the first game. Whatever
Nice probe control. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was like a sick juke and jive. Oh, look at this. He's like chasing the Marine. The Marine's running almost.
The probe is like parkouring over Terran buildings and stuff.
All right, so... You know, he knows what's going on. He's like, all right, he kept it alive long enough. He knows it's going to be a fast expansion. Parting did take 2 gases. So Polt is wondering to himself, is he going to go for something crazy? Or is he sneaking me out and going to make a command center, or a nexus, rather? We'll see in a second here. I think he might go ahead for some sort of Void Ray build, but we'll see. And no, it's a Robo. Okay, so what we're going to see here...
More Prism play?
No, this is going to be a 1-base Colossus all-in.
Ah, yeah.
He's gonna...
The Robo's that early.
Yeah, he's going to go... He has 1 Stalker. The 1 Stalker is to make sure that he cannot be scouted. If you use your Stalker correctly, your opponent cannot get into your base with SCVs. Now, if you look at where he placed the Robo, and the fact that he's making a Zealot right now, that tells us he's saving all of his gas for the build, and he's going to just rally straight down out of his main base in the only place that can go straight across the map, right there behind the gas. Now, this is brilliant of him to do, actually. We
don't even see this build as much.
It's very rare,
but it's actually really good.
Yeah, we've seen it every now and then, and he's doing it based off of what he scouted. The fact that he saw no gases for that long means that you're doing a 1-rack expand.
This is the equivalent to that the Bulldog build.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
In StarCraft 1, that was a build where you got...
Oh, he didn't move that! Oh.
Okay, that was
Thank
close.
God he caught that, because if that SCV gets in there, the game is basically over. But
yeah.
To go over this one more time is, the reason he's doing this is because he scouted no gas and it was a fast expansion. And for instance, if Polt were to go the 4 barracks Marine pressure into his tech that's so popular, this is a free win against that. Against this, it's going to come a lot down to micro and exactly what upgrades and buildings that Polt wants to get from here. But again, if it's just the pure Marine into the tech later on, it's a free win. So this is like a really smart move by Party.
Basically, the whole strategy is centered around the fact that a Colossus is suddenly in the game so early.
Yeah. With
so freaking early.
And they normally go with 2 and a lot of Zealots, so it's like, I mean...
It's very difficult. And when Terrans do builds like this, they tend not to have a lot of Marauders. They have more Marines.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Colossus melts the Marines.
That's right.
And I mean, you could
so quickly.
Yeah, you could try to get in there and damage it somehow, but at the end of the day, Colossus with range, trying to get Marines microed around that, especially with these the high ground, the ramp, and all that stuff.
The odds of you having any siege tank or Viking to fight him off with, almost zero. And as soon as your second Colossus is bought, you start buying some Stalkers if you want to.
Here's one of the other things, Artos, is he can actually use the Colossus to melt the depots at the entrance as well. And that could force a supply block.
Oh, yeah.
And when you force a supply block, then, I mean, there's a high chance that you're just going to run over this guy. He's not going to be able to make more stuff. You will be, assuming you're not getting pylons.
And I want to just talk for one more second about how smart this is. He won the first game, which was like really intense on one of his best maps, and Polt showed that he is sickly good in a long game. This map can be hard against Terran because it's hard to defend all your locations. And he won the first game, and he scouted a fast expansion. So there is not a better decision than what Parting has done here. Win or lose, this was brilliant.
He's going for it now. And
going to take that out very quickly.
Yep.
He wants to force that to die if he can. That's great.
This is normally why you wait for the second one, but I think when he saw that SCV go around, he said, all right, well, he's going to know anyways.
But Polt still has a good chance. You know, he's making a reactor. His starport's about to finish, and so is the reactor. Of course, we're going to have to see a lot more Stalkers made by Parting from here, because he's not going to buy a third Colossus. It's not how you do it. He does have 2 sentries and 1 Stalker for anti-air, but this repairing's doing really well. He actually needs to move in there and kill these SCVs off, or use force fields. That'll work too. But he's got to be careful here. These Zealots have to do a lot of damage, and the Colossus just targeting down as many Marines as possible. And Polt's doing a great job of holding this off.
All right, it's actually not clear if Polt is going to die here.
Yeah,
this bunker is becoming very frustrating.
Yeah, just keeping those alive is so smart. He can lose as many SCVs as he wants, basically. He's about to have a couple Vikings pop out. Now, these Vikings, you have to micro very carefully. Parting has made 4 Stalkers at this point.
Did he get the bunker?
The bunker is still alive. He wants to target those SCVs. There we go. And that's something he should have been doing this whole time. He's messed up on that several times during this rush.
Oh, he's going to lose a Viking.
He is indeed.
He could even lose a third Viking. He does. That is so bad.
That is indeed.
And now he's going to get this bunker.
Yeah, down it goes. And some more SCVs will go as well. Some depots,
2 more Vikings coming out now.
The depots don't matter so much. He's not got a lot of supply at this point. This is a very scrappy game from here. But more and more Stalkers popping out for Parting. He's most likely only going to make Stalkers from here.
Yeah. Now all you have to do is keep the 2 Colossi alive. The SCVs are coming down. This is a real sign of desperation. I don't know. Did the sentries have energy?
The sentries have very little. In fact, no force fields will be used in this next battle. Those are just going to be there for damage and damage tanking. And here we go, Tasteless. We're going to see, can Polt do it here? He does have Stim trying to target down the Colossi. And he gets the Colossi. The Stalker's on the run now, and actually Polt looks like he may have held this. If he could get a bunker up, he'd be fine. Everything's very badly hurt, so he has to keep his SCVs out. Probably wants to land his Vikings, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Good choice.
He needs, I think, some Zealots here.
You're very right. He actually does need to switch over to Zealots immediately if he wants any chance to win this. The Zealots do very well tanking and attacking here, better than the Stalkers do. The Stalkers, though, good for microing in this situation.
Yeah, but as you can see, Stalkers, they just take so much damage, especially to those Marauders. And I believe, that's it, GG.
Wow, great hold. But I do have to point out, Parting, a lot of that time, was attacking just the bunkers. You need to step in and double swipe those SCVs. You can step in, double swipe, step back, step in, double swipe, and all the SCVs die.
And then usually by then, after this bunker's been taken out, the shields are probably already regenning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colossus. And then,
So that was a big mistake. He just microed wrong against the bunkers. If he had microed correctly and kills off those SCVs, then the bunkers die quicker. The economy's more hurt. He has to pull more SCVs to repair, and he can win in a longer, drawn-out micro fest. Instead, he was just kind of targeting bunkers, then sending his Zealots up. You need to keep those Zealots alive for when you do the real engagements. When they're hiding behind a bunker, you outrange that. You do outrange that, so you just need to snipe SCVs. It's okay to take a few hits on your Colossus.
Yeah, and then once you get inside the base, the Zealots are in the way. They're like the linemen of a football game. They're going to make it hard for the Marines to get around and try to hit the Colossus. Normally, you break them before the Vikings come out, and then by then, the the rest of the army just dies. They just melt it.
This actually is exactly why Parting doesn't win every tournament right now. Is he comes up and uses the best builds in the best situations. He has unbelievable micro and macro, but in-game his decision-making occasionally falls apart, and this was one of those times where it's like, if someone goes up and says, Parting, if you kill those SCVs, how do you feel? He's like,
should have been both, but he did not, basically what you said, he did not execute it.
I mean, Polt did
with
everything.
Surgical precision.
Polt did everything right, too. So I'm actually fine with this being tied up 1-1.
That was a great game, by the way. That is a good build to copy. If you have a read, I'm talking about Parting's build. If you wanted to have a build where you can do a technical all-in against somebody who's going to be greedy and get a fast expand, that's one of the ways to do it. Also, it's important to note, you don't get more than 2 Colossi. You need the money and gas to get the Stalkers for when the Vikings do come out.
You do want a couple of Sentry as well, because you will have to block stuff. They're going to have a lot more units in here.
All right, guys, it's time to go on to game number 3 here. Party! Our Protoss, Polt, our Terran. Who will win? We're going to find out soon.